What up, YouTube? It's Vic, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the losses you take in the car flipping business, and what better example to give you than a loss I've just taken myself. Now, if you're just getting in the car flipping business, or you're interested or thinking about getting in the car flipping business, there is gonna be a lot of videos on YouTube and around on the internet where you could pretty much go on there and it's gonna be all of these success stories and all of this money that all these people are making, but it's rarely any videos out there like this video where I'm gonna be showing you. Basically, I'm gonna be showing you how I made a bad investment in this vehicle. Here is a Ford Focus. I made a video about it a couple days ago. When I bought it, I made a couple videos about it and how I got it. I got it from a dealer. I got it from an auction through a dealer here where I live in my area, the Daytona Beach, Florida area. And I bought this car sight unseen, meaning I didn't know really what was wrong with it. It said that it ran, but it needed a tune-up, and that I found out right after that it wasn't a tune-up that it needed. It was a bad fuel pump. So basically what I've been battling with this car is a lot of different mechanical issues. This car must have sat for a long time. I came to find out there is a lot of rust right here. There's no rust under it. I seen the rust on the door, but I couldn't see how bad this rust was right here, which it got a lot worse because I kind of pulled some of this stuff out. And this is why you don't buy a car sight unseen, a lesson I've learned very fast. But like I said, it didn't run when I first got it, and it appeared to be in really good shape because by the most part, it is in really good shape. I mean, until you try to start it. But like I was saying, the fuel pump ended up being bad on it. So I ran a test on it. It ran a code for the fuel pump only. So I fixed the fuel pump issue, and then once we got the car started, which was in my last video, which I'll put in a link in the description so you can see the other video that we had out for this car before. And what pretty much happened is I figured out the fuel pump issue, and as soon as I figured out the fuel pump issue, when we got the car running, it was a oil leak coming from down in front of the hold on one second. It was an oil leak coming from down here in front of off of this exhaust, in front of this valve cover gasket. So what I did was I changed the valve cover gasket, and the oil leak still basically persisted, which was, come to find out, the second time that I've seen the oil leaking was pressure coming from the PCV valve and its assembly, its line. It's a hose that goes around back here that was sucking closed when the vacuum started. So that was the second problem. It was causing pressure to build up inside of the block and push that out. So I fixed that issue and the car ran fine. Well, no, I'm gonna back up. It did not run fine after that. That wasn't the last issue. After that, we got the car running. It was still a small little bit of smoke coming from down there. I wasn't at the time sure if it was just extra oil that was burning, that had already leaked on it and was just burning off. So I took the car and drove it to around the corner to a car wash, and started to wash and got the car washed off, got it cleaned out. Car ran fine. I didn't clean the motor. I didn't clean the motor out because I wasn't going to do that much work to it. It was just going to be a quick flip. I was going to get it running in good condition and get it back out probably like for $1,000, $1,200, because it does have an issue with the condenser fan at the bottom. The condenser at the bottom down here got tore up by the forklift driver at the auction, which is another thing you have to check out on these cars because they move them around on forklifts if they don't drive. And they mess up the undercarriage sometime. So after I came up with that issue, what was it? I was at the oil. Um, I was at the gasket. I started up. All right, once I got the oil leak done, before we went to go wash it, and I went to go test drive it. After I got the oil leak fixed, I went to go test drive it, and then it wasn't no brakes. So I went to check out the brakes. There was a line. There's a brake line over here on this side that goes to this tire. It had a hole in it. So I patched it right here, but then I realized that this whole line right here on this side, up until that point, was where you see that little thing, where you see that right in there. I cut that out and I added the line in. I patched it in back over here to get the brake line back right. Still wasn't no pressure in the line. Bled the brakes. There still wasn't nothing. Come to find out, the master cylinder, which is way under here, I had to change that, and I changed the booster also with it. And that still, at that point, still didn't fix the brakes. I had to bleed them all back down. It was a process that I had skipped that I learned in the process. I had to bleed the brakes back down. Finally got the brakes to work. Then we went to go clean it over here. Ran fine the whole day. I cleaned it, drove it around a little bit. Car was running fine. And then all of a sudden, the next morning, I came back out to start the car. The car wouldn't start. So I was stuck on that, trying to figure out what was going on. Opened up this little thing right here, because the way that it's starting now it's just a flat, it's just a flat turnover, like there's no compression. But come to find out, the timing belt is worn out, it's old, and now the timing belt has to be changed. Okay, so this is where the loss comes in at, because I paid $300 for this car after the fee from the broker, the dealer that brokered the deal for me. After the fee, that came up to almost about $500 to get the car. After towing the car and fixing all of the parts, I'm in almost $1,000 with this car, and I'm at a broken timing chain. So I'm at a point right now, I'm just gonna walk away with my losses. I'm not putting any more money into it. I have to, at this point, sell this car as a mechanic special, because it's still salvageable. It still can come back. Somebody got to put more money in it, which won't be smart for me to put any more money into it, because of what I have to be able to get out of it. A lot of people will keep trying to chase their profit in a car, and you can't just keep chasing your profit in a car. You gotta walk away from it at some point. I'm already at a loss. If I put any more money into this car, based on what the value of this car is and what I can get out of it, there's no profit left in it, and my time, I spent time in it. So it's a time to walk away from it. So at this point, I'm gonna just take my losses, and I'm probably gonna try to walk away with making, maybe I'll probably try to put it out there for like $800 as a mechanic special, somebody who knows how to change the timing belt and set the timing themselves. This car could still make somebody a decent profit, just not me, because I had to fix quite a few things on it to get it to the point that it's at. And it's got a little bit of rust down there, maybe a body guys. That's not that much. There's no rust under the undercarriage of the car. As far as like the brake lines and all that stuff under the car, there's really no issue. So the floorboard is all solid in the front and back. These windows don't come down. So I mean, as it stands right now, this car is in need of maybe an ignition, because the ignition kind of gets stuck sometimes. The timing belt, getting the timing set, and fixing those windows, if I said that already. And pretty much that's it. And this right here, and then, I mean, it's still a decent car. I mean, it's really just a matter of what I'm willing to walk away with at this point. And I mean, it's already a loss. It's already a loss in the making. So I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of taking the damage. Um, I don't really know how much damage is gonna be really made until I sell it. If I sell it for 800, um, I lose a couple $100 in a probably a day's worth of time total. My camera got messed up from when we were doing the fuel pump. It got wet, and actually had a video of the fuel pump being changed, and I only got a part of it now because my camera, I didn't realize my camera was getting wet while it was raining, and uh, it kind of went out on me, but I still had the SD card, and I got parts of the video, but not enough to make a total video out of it. So, but I mean, it's a decent car. When it was running, the day that I ran it, it ran perfect. You know, I mean, if that I was really at that point thinking about putting that condenser on there, but I don't, I can't. I mean, I definitely can't do it now. But I was thinking about just being able to put that condenser on there, and then maybe being able to get more out of it than I was expected to even get out of it. But pretty much that's it in a nutshell, man. That's what you wanna that's what you wanna pretty much that's what you pretty much want to look. That's what you're looking at when you getting into the car business, man. A lot of these people make videos about flipping cars, and a lot of them, you only thing you see is you see all the good. You see the good flips. You see how much they're making, and you come into this game thinking you ain't gonna take no losses. And every time you buy a vehicle, you taking a chance on it, especially if it don't run. Even if it does run, you still taking a chance on it. You don't know what's going to happen in that time period when you buy it to before you sell it, and it could be a total loss, it could be a small loss. You just never know. But you just got to take it in stride and still watch your numbers, cut your losses when you got to cut them, man. Keep shoveling money into these cars that somebody only going to spend $1,000 or $1,200 on it, because most people, they only buying a car because it's out of necessity. If somebody's spending $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 on a car, it's pretty much out of necessity because they have a little bit of money and they want a dependable car. And I don't really sell a car that ain't running and can't get you from point A to point B unless I label it like this as a mechanic special, because I just don't want a bunch of people like after me about selling them bad cars and stuff. So, you know, it's just better to just do business honestly in the right way, you know. So, but I'm not gonna put no more money in it. I'm gonna get it right back on the road, try to get it over to somebody who maybe need a car and they could do the work themselves, or somebody who is also trying to flip a car or whatever. So, you know, it's pretty much just that, man. I don't know. I just wanted to share this video because I know there's people out there that are new to flipping cars or flipping things in general, and no matter what you flip, it's a chance to take a loss. Like, there's risk and reward. Like, everything you put up, you could lose. It's at risk. So, you know, yeah, man. With that being said, I'm just trying to put this video out there because I know that new people. I wish I had more videos when I was getting in it to show the things that could possibly go wrong. And I know some people do put in their videos things that went wrong or whatever, but like, I wanted to make a video just like not making it a negative thing, because flipping cars is definitely a positive thing. I mean, I make a living doing it. I don't make a great living doing it. I don't got a lot of money, but I make a living doing it. And I love doing it, you know. But it's risky. It's risky, and I don't think a lot of people really stress that enough, because you got people that are looking to start doing this, and they're gonna quit their job, and everything is gonna depend on what they're doing. And if you come into this game thinking that you just gonna go to buy even from a private seller, or even to a an auction and you think you're gonna just go buy a car and every time you buy a car it's gonna turn out good. That's not always the case. It's a lot of things that people don't know. It's a lot of time wasted driving 2 hours to go look at a car and then the person don't have the title and they told you they had the title, or they told you it runs and it don't run, it won't start, they ain't started it in a year. You just drove 2 hours to go see this car. You know, that's a part of the game, you know, because everything ain't gonna be found right in your backyard. Every good deal ain't gonna be 20 or 30 minutes down the road. Sometimes you gotta get out and go get it. You gotta get out on the road and go get it. Whether I gotta pull it back, whether I gotta get it towed back, whether I gotta drive it back, whatever. That's just the hustle. That's to go get it. And that's what I'm on. That's what I do. I love that shit. But you gotta know, if you're getting into this, it ain't gonna always be easy. It's not gonna be what you think it is. But until next time, if you like this video, drop a comment below. If you like what I said, if you don't like what I said, please drop a comment below. Like the video or don't like the video, or subscribe. Either way, subscribe, so that if you like my videos, you can see more content as I put it out and help other people see the content that maybe need to see it or whatever. You know, just subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll see you next time.